So recently I moved to the Pacific Northwest and I love it here. It's awesome. It's greater than I ever thought it would be. And before this, I was living in Florida and I hated that shit. I did not like that. I completely the opposite of who I am as a person. I'm more of a mountain guy. The people, the nature, the politics especially. And the straw that broke the camel's back was when Trump got inaugurated. I thought, yeah, there's no way I'm going to spend another year, another Florida summer in MAGA country. No way. In God's country, as Morgan Wallen would say. So I did my best and I got the hell out of there. Now that I'm here, and now that I have all this beautiful nature to explore, I have a lot of time to think about what I want to do with my life. I used to say that I would figure it out. And I think that that was a good excuse for me to not actively think about what I wanted to do with my life. I thought if only I could just get out and then my problems will be resolved. I didn't say that exactly, but I think I felt it. And now, I've been here for about 6 months and I've made a lot of realizations about myself. And one of the things that I've realized is how much time I spend mindlessly consuming. Not just, nowadays, but for my whole life. I've always had a problem with mindlessly consuming. It's social media, it's movies, music, video games, anything for me to not think about my own anxieties about the world and my own insecurities about myself, anything to not think about my own problems. I used all of those things to actively avoid the question of what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to live, a life that I think is worth living? And I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it. I don't want to be mindlessly consuming anymore. I just don't. Over the years, I've tried so many things to stop doing that. I've tried, cutting social media out, dopamine detox or whatever. I've tried, working out consistently, and I always come out of those feeling really good. But the second that I start to think about any of the negative things that I deal with, turn to something. It sucks. It sucks. I don't want to do it anymore because I can see that that's actively affecting my life in a negative way. I have this problem and it's up to me to fix it. Nobody is going to help me with this other than myself. I want to stop wasting my life looking at screens. I want to learn how to be a part of a community, learn how to be comfortable with myself, learn how to play an instrument or learn a language or be physically active and take care of myself and go hiking and experience nature and meet new people and live life to the fullest extent. And one of the many things that I've always wanted to do with my life is YouTube. I never made a full effort trying to do it. It's something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. Watching the OG YouTubers like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, and others, not just those, but I think the thing that struck a chord with me was the fact that they had their own little communities and they just had their little moments and they, had fun. They had fun with it. And it was meaningful to people's lives, even though it's not, even though it's just slop, even though it's not educational, it's not, it's still something. It's still a creative endeavor that people can, do. I want to be proud of something that I made and be creative in some way. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It doesn't have to be. But I think that's the avenue that I want to try to take. And I've never been confident enough to actually give it a full try. No one talks worse about me than myself. I've never known what to do when I start. I never know what videos should I make? What should I do? And I always let other people's opinions dictate my actions because I'm very socially anxious and I don't want to, I'm kind of a people pleaser as well, and I like don't want to, offend anyone. I don't want to bother anyone, and I want to be like positive in people's lives, but other people's opinions affect that. So I just never had the confidence to fully try. I hope that one day I can make something of substance, something that can be used to uplift people and to educate or to whatever I make. I just hope that it's good enough for me, that I feel satisfied with the way I've been living my life. We live in a world that is unfair for working people. Nobody has time to do creative things, and it's viewed as kind of like a waste of time because it's time that you could be spent working and making money. And I don't care about it anymore. Like I'm definitely on this like Gen Z angst where I don't care about working. I don't care. So I might as well just spend the rest of my life trying to do what I've always wanted to do. The reason why I'm making this video is simple. And it's to say that I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I don't know what kind of videos I want to make. I don't know, how hard I'm gonna be working, and I don't know, where this is gonna go, but I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna put my full effort into this because it's about time. It's about time, man. I'm gonna try to stop mindlessly consuming and create. I think, it's time for me to stop consuming and to start creating. I hope that one day I can make something that can uplift people or educate people or make someone's day better, or just something that can be not only meaningful to myself but meaningful to other people. So I'm kind of also making this video more as a reminder to myself that this is what I want to try to do. I want to try and to be kind to myself when I fail, to not be so hard on myself, and to try. So, good luck.